I see the signal being sent. Redirecting.
Teddy, thanks for the
And
we are
here we
live.
go. We are going live. Boom. There we are. We are live on YouTube right now, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, 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 each and every one of you to our. Oh, hold on just a second. I'm getting the feedback. There we go. We are now on YouTube. So welcome everyone to day 4, Mastering the Science of Getting Rich with Robert Hollis. It is chapter 4. And this is one of the combination that Robert shares with us, the 4, 14, and 7, in that order, chapters, to get us going into the science of getting rich. And chapter 4, yes, the preface and chapters 1 through 3 have set us up. If you've been following our training, they have set us up to this chapter right here, right now. One of the 3 most important chapters in the science of getting rich, the first principle of the science of getting rich. The first principle in the science of getting rich. I say it twice because it is that important. And we are so glad to have you with us. And now let's get going to help us understand and to go through the science of getting rich, to help us master the science of getting rich. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Robert Hollis!
Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Craig. Again, if this is the first video that you're watching of this series, I just pray that you one day meet an incredible human being like Craig Jackman that will do a MC for you. I believe that if you continue to do the right thing for humanity, you attract some incredible people, and I'm so blessed to create, to manifest and use the law of attraction to find Craig. So, Craig, thank you for being on here. And I also feel the same about the rest of you. I do not believe that things happen by accident. There's some people that believe they do. And yes, I love and appreciate each and every one of you being on here. So like Craig said, let's just go ahead and get started. So I'll share my screen and we're going to listen to the videos that I put online here. And again, we always ask people to, this is not only the 3 that Craig talked about, but think about this. This is
chapter 4.
This is the first one that we want people to listen to. So it's 4, 14, and 7. So let's pay attention, get out a notebook, and then after this is done, we'll mastermind about it. So 2 or more gathered together. Is there such thing as a master person instead of mastermind? I don't know. So, but we'll use the master to get in our minds. So I never even thought about that. I'm getting off track, but there's some people that are so messed up that they'll, instead of calling it the mastermind, they'll want to call it the premium mind. You know what I mean? Some of you know what I'm talking about real estate. It's like, it's crazy how off track people can get. So let's go into this chapter and we'll go from there.
The first principle in the science of getting rich. Thought is the only power which can produce tangible riches from the formless substance. The stuff from which all things are made is a substance which thinks, and a thought of form in this substance produces the form. Original substance moves according to its thoughts. Every form and process you see in nature is the visible expression of a thought in original substance. As the formless stuff thinks of a form, it takes that form. As it thinks of a motion, it takes that motion. That is the way all things were created. We live in a thought world, which is part of a thought universe. The thought of a moving universe extended throughout formless substance, and the thinking stuff moving according to that thought took the form of systems of planets and maintains that form. Thinking substance takes the form of its thought and moves according to the thought. Holding the idea of a circling system of suns and worlds, it takes the form of these bodies and moves them as it thinks. Thinking the form of a slow-growing oak tree, it moves accordingly and produces the tree, though centuries may be required to do the work. In creating, the formless seems to move according to the lines of motion it has established. The thought of an oak tree does not cause the instant formation of a full-grown tree, but it does start in motion the forces which will produce the tree along established lines of growth. Every thought of form, held in thinking substance, causes the creation of the form, but always, or at least generally, along lines of growth and action already established. The thought of a house of a certain construction, if it were impressed upon formless substance, might not cause the instant formation of the house, but it would cause the turning of creative energies already working in trade and commerce into such channels as to result in the speedy building of the house. And if there were no existing channels through which the creative energy could work, then the house would be formed directly from primal substance, without waiting for the slow process of the organic and inorganic world. No thought of form can be impressed upon original substance without causing the creation of the form. Man is a thinking center and can originate thought. All the forms that man fashions with his hands must first exist in his thought. He cannot shape a thing until he has thought that thing. And so far, man has confined his efforts wholly to the work of his hands. He has applied manual labor to the world of forms, seeking to change or modify those already existing. He has never thought of trying to cause the creation of new forms by impressing his thoughts upon formless substance. When man has a thought form, he takes material from the forms of nature and makes an image of the form which is in his mind. He has, so far, made little or no effort to cooperate with formless intelligence, to work with the Father. He has not dreamed that he can do what he seeth the Father doing. Man reshapes and modifies existing forms by manual labor. He has given no attention to the question whether he may not produce things from formless substance by communicating his thoughts to it. We propose to prove that he may do so, to prove that any man or woman may do so, and to show how. As our first step, we must lay down three fundamental propositions. First, we assert that there is one original formless stuff or substance from which all things are made. All the seemingly many elements are but different presentations of one element. All the many forms found in organic and inorganic nature are but different shapes made from the same stuff. All this stuff is thinking stuff. A thought held in it produces the form of the thought. Thought in thinking substance produces shapes. Man is a thinking center capable of original thought. If man can communicate his thought to original thinking substance, he can cause the creation or formation of the thing he thinks about. To summarize this, there is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which, in its original state, permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imagined by the thought. Man can form things in his thought, and by impressing his thought upon formless substance, can cause the thing he thinks about to be created. It may be asked if I can prove these statements, and without going into details, I answer that I can do so, both by logic and experience. Reasoning back from the phenomena of form and thought, I come to one original thinking substance. And reasoning forward from this thinking substance, I come to man's power to cause the formation of the thing he thinks about. And by experiment, I find the reasoning true, and this is my strongest proof. If one man who reads this book gets rich by doing what it tells him to do, that is evidence in support of my claim. But if every man who does what it tells him to do gets rich, that is positive proof, until someone goes through the process and fails. The theory is true until the process fails, and this process will not fail, for every man who does exactly what this book tells him to do will get rich. I have said that men get rich by doing things in a certain way, and in order to do so, men must become able to think in a certain way. A man's way of doing things is the direct result of the way he thinks about things. To do things in a way you want to do them, you will have to acquire the ability to think the way you want to think. This is the first step toward getting rich. To think what you want to think is to think truth, regardless of appearances. Every man has the natural and inherent power to think what he wants to think, but it requires far more effort to do so than it does to think the thoughts which are suggested by appearances. To think according to appearance is easy. To think truth regardless of appearances is laborious and requires the expenditure of more power than any other workman is called upon to perform. There is no labor from which most people shrink as they do from that of sustained and consecutive thought. It is the hardest work in the world. This is especially true when truth is contrary to appearances. Every appearance in the visible world tends to produce a corresponding form in the mind which observes it, and this can only be prevented by holding the thought of the truth. To look upon the appearance of disease will produce the form of disease in your own mind and ultimately in your body, unless you hold the thought of the truth, which is that there is no disease, it is only an appearance, and the reality is health. To look upon the appearance of poverty will produce corresponding forms in your own mind, unless you hold to the truth that there is no poverty, there is only abundance. To think health when surrounded by the appearances of disease, or to think riches when in the midst of appearances of poverty, requires power. But he who acquires this power becomes a master mind. He can conquer fate. He can have what he wants. This power can only be acquired by getting hold of the basic fact which is behind all appearances. And that fact is that there is one thinking substance from which and by which all things are made. Then we must grasp the truth that every thought held in this substance becomes a form, and that man can so impress his thoughts upon it as to cause them to take form and become visible things. When we realize this, we lose all doubt and fear, for we know that we can create what we want to create. We can get what we want to have and can become what we want to be. As a first step toward getting rich, you must believe the three fundamental statements given previously in this chapter, and in order to emphasize them, I repeat them here. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which, in its original state, permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imagined by the thought. Man can form things in his thought, and by impressing his thought upon formless substance, can cause the thing he thinks about to be created. You must lay aside all other concepts of the universe than this monistic one, and you must dwell upon this until it is fixed in your mind and has become your habitual thought. Read these creed statements over and over again. Fix every word upon your memory and meditate upon them until you firmly believe what they say. If a doubt comes to you, cast it aside as a sin. Do not listen to arguments against this idea. Do not go to churches or lectures where a contrary concept of things is taught or preached. Do not read magazines or books which teach a different idea. If you get mixed up in your faith, all your efforts will be in vain. Do not ask why these things are true, nor speculate as to how they can be true. Simply take them on trust. The science of getting rich begins with the absolute acceptance of this faith.
Wow. Now, the first time that I read that, I was like, was that a little bit of mental gymnastics that were going on there? I'm just being so brutally honest with all of you that is like, sometimes you might have to hear it over and over and over again. But as I studied into it, the one thing that it came very apparent to me is just believing this fact, that everything was a thought before it was created. So everything was a thought before it was created. And then people that thought it and it wasn't yet, takes a little bit of visualization and a thing called faith to believe that what they're thinking is going to come to pass. So those are Robert Hollis's simple words on what this is. And I don't know, when I'll bring up one thing when I first read this, I'm a Christian, so I think Corky has brought this up before in other discussions, maybe not in this series, but and maybe in the Ask Me Anythings that we do. But it was like, wow, don't listen to any churches that speak against this, or don't listen to anybody that teaches against this. And one of the things that it really, for me, and I don't know about you, but whether you want to call it energy, whether you want to call it light, whether you want to call it Allah, Buddha, Jesus, the Lord, God, there's this thing that I want to talk about very quickly before we go through the rest of this chapter, is that I'm 61 now. And the way that I used to believe in God is a little different than my Sunday school days, right? And between you and I'll give you one thing that I struggled with, if you're struggling with this, to show that you can, if you want, change your perspective, change your beliefs, and still hold true to the beliefs that you have. Does that make sense? We are taught in the world from the time that we're kids, this competitive is going to be covered in other chapters. And so people are consistently saying to us, thank you. They're consistently telling us that you got to pick one or the other. You're either Republican or Democrat. You're either rich or poor. You either like money or you like your family. Do you guys understand that that's the biggest lie that we were taught? So when people say to you, hey, Corky, you're just going to focus on making a bunch of money and getting a bunch of views and becoming a big influencer. Well, between you and I wouldn't do that, because, there's things that are more important than money, like family. I'm going to make a big impact and help millions of people and still spend time and love my family. I'm just going to have both. Are you telling me why I can't have both? Well, if you believe in this, then you sure are not a Christian. Where is that? Where is that? Can I have faith and believe in things and still be a Christian, or a Muslim, or a Buddhist, or an atheist? See what I mean? It's like they're always telling us that it's either one or another. And then they keep telling us that the other group is wrong. And people wonder why they're right fighters. I think we were taught this in school. Guess what is happening on Friday night? What? Our school is fighting another school. We're the Coyotes. They're the Frisbees. And Coyotes don't like Frisbees. And you guys, man, there's fights in parking lots of college games. There's fight. Oh, did you hear about a guy? He got killed. He got beat up. Why? Well, he was at an LA Dodger game. What's wrong with going to a Dodger game? He was wearing a San Francisco Giants jersey. That's why you got to die right there. I'm not here. I haven't heard all the particulars, but did you hear about this guy that got killed in San Francisco that was stabbed? And he's a tech guy. I think he had Cash App or something like that. And did you find out? They find out later that he was killed by somebody else that was also a Titan. So he was meeting with someone that was probably a competitor, and they must have got an argument, and he stabbed him, killed him. So when people start telling you that you got to believe in one way or the other, that's what got me through this chapter. What got me through this chapter is I believe that thoughts are things, and when they're thoughts and you visualize them and you move toward them, that's faith. So people are going, what are you doing? Well, I'm looking for a piece of property. Why are you looking for a piece of property? I'm going to build my dream home. You don't have any money. I know. But I'm learning from people that have nice things. And they said, I got to go pick out the piece of property first, that I got to take the people I love, show them the piece of property, and I got to explain to all of them that this is where we're going to build. But you don't have a home there and you don't own the property. Boy, you're Mr. Obvious. That's very obvious that I don't have the property yet. But nothing's going to come true until I figure out where I want to live. And then when I figure out where I want to live, then I'll figure out what kind of house I want. I gotta be working forward. I'll move forward if I'm looking towards something. So like the videos that I heard today, when I met somebody that told me that they were making $1 million a year because they had 30,000 people responsible for their income. I didn't have anyone in my group when I met the guy. But I thought, if he could put 30,000 people in his group and he's teaching me how to do it, is it possible for me to have 3,000 people in my group? And he did this analogy. It was really simple for me. He said, listen, okay, so if you take 3,000 and then you take that times 90 in volume, that's 27,000 of volume. So if I was earning 10% of that would be $2,700 a month. My goal was 3,500. I need to make 3,500 because that was my take-home pay from being a mechanic. So when someone shared that vision with me, and they not only showed me that they did it, but they also showed me they helped other people did it. I made my notes down here. If someone else can do it, I can do it. Maybe not as good as them, but if I studied Michael Jordan, I think I could get better at playing basketball if I practice. Am I going to be a pro? Good chances at 61, no. So then that might make me creative enough to look at something else that I could do that other people are doing. So did that help you guys? So it's the whole concept between, faith is speaking of things that are not as if they were. Boy, people don't like that. Whether you got negative things or bad things to say about Elon Musk, the number one thing he's getting beat up for right now is he doesn't make things happen when he says they were going to happen. I am going to build an electric car and dominate the car industry. Yeah, but you said it was going to be 3 years and now it's 5. Well, I'm still working on it because I'm also building a rocket company. What? Yeah, I'm building a SpaceX, and I'm going to take over the government's contracts for getting stuff to the space station. I think it's stupid that they give Russia and China a bunch of money to fly United States equipment to the space shuttle. If I built a rocket company here, yeah, but that costs a lot of money. Hey, I got an idea. What's the idea? The most expensive thing on the rocket is actually the booster. And I'm thinking that once it gets it in the air and pass the gravity pull. What if I could just take these boosters and have them fly back to Earth and land themselves? Yeah, I've heard that before. So here comes one. Boom. Here comes another one. Boom. You know, he kept landing rockets. No, he didn't land them. He blew them up. He's bringing them back to Earth, and people go, wow, that blew up. And he goes, yeah, but I learned more. Do you know we were collecting data the entire time it went up to the entire time it got down? We got more data. We got more data. We see where we did right. We see where we did wrong. We'll eliminate the wrong stuff. We'll add the stuff that worked right. And then it almost landed. And then it tipped over and blew up. Everybody went, that was close. That one there looked. And what does everybody do? Their hair stands up. They get inspired a little bit. And they go, I think he's going to pull this off. Next one landed. Now it's like, you guys realize that SpaceX, I think I heard, launches like pretty close to 20 rockets a year. And we hear about one every once in a while. It's like now he just does it like clockwork. Like, hey, a Tesla rocket's going up and then it's going to land itself. That happens all the time. No big deal anymore. Wow. Wow. Right? I'm going to build a car that's going to be the fastest production car in the world. All of a sudden the Plaid S comes out, 0 to 100 in 4 seconds. 0 to 60 in a second. Under 2 seconds. They took them to the drag strip, you guys. And the NHRA found them illegal. Because cars that go over 150 miles an hour have to have a roll bar. They have to have a parachute. The guy's got to have a 6-point harness. He's got to wear a fire suit. He's got to put a helmet on. So these guys go 152 miles an hour, 3 city blocks, pull over. And it shows people getting paper from they go, listen, the head of the track needs to talk to you. And then they go over and talk to the head of the track, and he goes, you can't do over 150 miles an hour. If you do it again, we can't let you race here. Why do I need all this safety stuff and a parachute? Well, because that's the rules that were written up. Cars get that fast, and when they wreck, bad things happen. Yeah, but this thing won't wreck. It's got really good brakes on it. It can stop itself. So now NHRA finally is changing their laws. Isn't that crazy? But I say all that, just a couple of glimpse things where how many times since you've been alive, someone said they were going to do something and then they do it. So you need to be that person. Because if you want to apply something and do something, you just need to find someone that already did it. And just follow them. And one more point that I'll say is there's only 2 groups of people that will be live here or watch this video. Only 2. And it's funny that the brightest minds in the world said these little encoded stuff like Yoda. And so when you hear someone like Albert Einstein say, you either believe that everything's a miracle or you believe nothing's a miracle. When you hear Thomas Edison say, wow, you figured out 10,000 times. Did you fail 10,000 times? No, I figured out 10,000 lessons. I've never failed at anything. All the 10,000 lessons that I learned got me closer to where I am now, and now I'm the inventor of the light bulb. So isn't it funny that people that know that they need to fail a lot of times really quick to get where they are? My wife and I were talking today about Jim Rohn. And it's funny how Jim Rohn had the statement, you know, I where when I grew up in the years that I grew up, it wasn't whether or not you're working for your parents. So my parents owned a potato farm, so I learned to plant and harvest potatoes. So I learned one thing while living with my parents. I know how to farm potatoes. I'm a potato farmer. So then I go to school and I find out that it costs money. And so then I get into sales. And so I learned from people how to be a salesperson. So I became a salesperson and I made good money. I made good money. Then someone invited me to a meeting and I watched that meeting, and that person made more in a day than I made my entire sales career. And he says, listen, you can make a fortune by building a group. He says, from that day, I didn't want to be a potato farmer or a salesperson anymore. I wanted to learn how to build a group. And those are different talents and skills. But when he was talking about sales, he just said, listen, he walked up to the number one sales guy and says, tell me how many presentations you do a week. And he said, 4. 4 times 4, that's 16 presentations. He was number one on the leaderboard and he did 6 sales. So how can I beat him? Well, if I'm treating this like a full-time job, why couldn't I do 40 presentations a week? And if I did 40 presentations a week and I sucked and only got 1%, that's 4 sales. 4 times 4, that's 16 sales. He only did 6. So just by making the step to fail more, to learn more lessons faster, Jim Rohn became the number one salesperson in the company until he found out how to not be a salesperson and learns to build a group. So I'll turn it back to Craig, to you. Any opening statements, or Matt?
Wow. What you just shared is kind of like fail your way to success.
Yes. But it's funny, no one looks at everyone that I know that's super, super successful, just knew it was part of the journey, Craig. They just, it's like, listen, if I'm going to point B to point A to point B, I know there might be some distractions and things that happen to me along the way, and I'll just take care of them on the way. So if they make a wrong turn and they find out that they made the wrong turn, it's like, silly me. I'll go back to where I made the wrong turn and I'll make the right turn. It's like people that understand that the journey is where they want to go, they don't care that they make mistakes or learn lessons. And then there's the rest of the people that are out there that think, well, I don't want to learn lessons. I don't want to make mistakes. So they just simply don't understand that that's part of the deal. That's why people fail. I want to be perfect. I want to answer the questions. I don't want to be looked at as stupid. All that stuff is, again, what? Either or. Either or. Every time your mind thinks either or, why not just say, I want both? I want it all and I want it now. You know what I mean? I want it all and I want it now. Yeah, but, no, but anything. Okay. Go ahead, Craig.
Okay. In going through this particular chapter, there's so much in there, like you said, that you need to, you do need to really reread it and reread it.
Yeah.
And even reread it, because there's just so much in there. And that's why this is part of that combination that we like to talk about, the 4-14-7, each one of the chapters. If I may, a couple of things I would like to share. When you talk about thought and how important that is, it reminded me of the story of James Cameron when he put together the movie Avatar, because it took him 10 years to produce the original Avatar. He already had it written down. He already had it put together. The problem was the technology wasn't there. So he waited. He helped to create that technology. And then in 2009, the movie came out. 12 years later, He did it again with the Avatar Way of Water. So it took him that long to get to where he is now. That's not to say that he didn't have previous experience because of all the other films, but the technology wasn't there. And that's what this chapter does kind of share, is that, okay, you have the thought. You work towards the thought. You keep with that thought. You build on that thought. The formless substance and original substance will come to you eventually, and you will find what you need to start the work to create it. And of course, I'm pushing a little ahead in the chapters, but you know, that's the beauty of this. And then the other thing that came to mind was, I know Daniel Van Zyl posted this in the Zoom chat, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. Henry Ford.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's, you know, just so much is into this chapter. It's amazing.
It is. Matt, any words? Is Matt always the youngest person on here? I never thought.
I don't know.
He's taking care of Rue. We'll move on.
Why don't we come back to Matt then? Because I'm sure he has something to share. Let's get started with the people who do have their hands up to share. And first up is Mr. Bill Shoemaker. Why don't you go ahead, open up your mic, please, and share with us.
Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Robert. Wow, what an amazing lesson today. And yesterday was incredible as well. I wanted to welcome Stephen Sadler. He was a new friend request, and he was one of the rare people that actually came on to this Zoom. It said he was going to, and he did. So he's here. So welcome, Stephen. And so what I got from yesterday and today, Robert, is that it's not only important to do the steps and the combination that you teach, but to feel like you do when you go to work.
Yes.
That's ginormous. So and then the lesson.
Thank you, Bill, because I really honestly think that virtually almost everything in life, you sort of got to feel like you want to do it before you do it. Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
Like, how many times have you heard someone say, hey, do you want to go out to eat? Nah, I don't feel like it. Or you say, hey, do you want to go to eat? And they go, yeah, let's go out to eat. What do you want to eat? See what I mean? It's like there is a little bit of a feeling toward doing what we're doing. And just the opposite, Bill, is that when you don't feel good, then you try to do it anyway. How many people have ever done that? Look, I don't want to go out, but I guess I'll go out anyway. And then the person looks at you and goes, hey, are you having any fun? No, I made that decision before we left. I'm going to be a stick in the mud, and I'm going to be a negative person. Right. And yeah, it's like, so then I know a lot of people say, well, I'll go out and connect with people and pique interest with people and share with them a concept that could change their lives. Like Science of Getting Rich. But I don't feel like reaching out and helping people. That might be a problem.
All right.
Should want to. It shouldn't be a chore. Thank you, Bill. Any other?
Yes. Yeah. Also, what I got in today's lesson was that you got to study this and practice it until it becomes habitual.
Yes.
So it's habitual thoughts, habitual feelings.
Yes, Bill. How many people notice that in this chapter, he said it was hard? He said it was hard to stay in the right thoughts. Wow. So in 1910, he knew, listen, I'm telling you how to think. I'm telling you how to be. I'm telling you, get excited about the future, create it through visualization and thought, put it in the formless substance and push toward it and make it happen. That's not easy. So I love when people all of a sudden say, well, it's hard to think positive. Yeah, that's what it says. That's what it says in the book. It's hard. It's hard to do the thing that you promised you said you would do for yourself, even if the feeling doesn't there. Yes, it's hard, but it's going to be worth it. Because all you got to do is look at the rest of the population in the world and go, I think learning to do something that everyone else is not doing was probably a good idea. Thank you, Bill.
And one more thing, I like the Elon Musk analogy, and I've got it in my head now. Keep blowing it up.
Yeah. Hey, wouldn't it be neat? Wouldn't it be neat if someone said, hey, did you recruit anyone today, Bill? Did you bring anyone in the business? Nope, but I got a lot more data. I got a lot more data.
You got it.
And just keep saying, the more data I get, the better I'm going to get. I'm going to get better in every way. In every way. And everything I do, I'm going to get better and better. Each and every day, I'm going to get better and better. Each and every day, I'm going to get better and better. I'm going to get gooder. I'm going to get gooder. So, Bill, I really appreciate you being such a support on these things. You're amazing. I appreciate you so much.
Yeah, well, it takes one to know one. And one other thing, you need to follow Corky's YouTube channel because he's studying on how to get 100,000 followers.
I'm going to beat him.
All right, I like it.
I'm going to beat him because I believe that I'm putting the thoughts into formless substance. I don't need to hire someone to tell me what to do. So I have somebody that knows more about building an audience than Corky does. So I'm going to lean on my co-pilot, my God, my creator,
The universe.
Yeah, I'm going to trust in his abilities that he created me to create. So I would like to reach out to people and ask them how they got 1 million. No, what I would do is someone reached out to me right now and said, I can show you how to do this. I go, let's just jump on Zoom quick. And I want you to plug into your back office on your analytics on Zoom. I mean, on YouTube. Can you log on right now and show me your analytics on YouTube? Show me your direct deposit that came from Google into your bank account. Oh, that stuff's private. Okay. Whatever. The IRS knows about it. So, yeah, sometimes I love Corky because I know his heart's in the right place. I just wish he believed in himself more. He already possesses everything he needs to touch millions and millions of people because God created him with that incredible heart. Next.
Thank you, brother.
Bill, thank you so much. One of the, you know what? That was a perfect setup for one of the quotes I wanted to share in this particular chapter. And please think about this, because that's exactly what Bill brought up, and Robert too. To think according to appearance is easy. To think truth regardless of appearances is laborious and requires the expenditure of more power than any other work man is called upon to perform. Yeah.
If you seeing yourself in an emotional place and a better place in every area than you are right now, if you can see yourself there and hit the emotions, nothing will rock you. Nothing will rock you. Not a person, not a situation, not an event, nothing. Because I already see myself. I already see myself there. I see myself in 40 more summers impacting millions and millions of people. And there's not anything that any of you can do about it. You can be a part of it, but you're going to watch it happen. Not because of me. because of the formless substance and knowing how to use it. It's like the one thing that I keep finding out all the time. It's like, man, hey, he's going, oh, you want to take a message to inspire people and bring more people to me? You want to free people? Yeah, I'll get you. I got your back, Robert. I got your back. Step up and just do it. Don't even think, just do it. And now I'm doing 6 hours of video a day. What? It's going to be hard to beat me on content. If it's all about finding content and inspiring others, all I do is look at other people's YouTube channels, and they got 1,700 videos and I got 700. Can I do another 1,000 videos? That might take 1,000 days. That's 3 years. What if I did 3 a day? Turn that into a year. So I know I'm weird. I'm just excited. Okay, Craig.
All right, Robert. Thank you. Coming up now, Katie, I hope I didn't mispronounce your name yesterday. Is it Sanders or Saunders? Please, let's go ahead and open up and share.
There's no U in Sanders, Craig.
I am very sorry if I mispronounced your name
Teasing.
yesterday.
So it's Sanders?
Yeah, well, you called me Katie Sandy earlier, and I totally was like, that's part of the Fab Four, so that's okay. It's Sanders.
Yeah, I was putting 2 names together.
It's fine. We're like the Fab Five. We fold everything right in together.
Hi, Sandy.
Craig, it's all good.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
If I expect grace, I got to give it, right?
Amen.
Bless you.
Amen.
Bless
I
you.
don't know if everybody else feels this, but during your lives, Robert, if you guys are not hopping on the lives at 3:00, please set your alarm. My alarm is set every day for 2:57 freaking PM, 5 days a week. Anyways, so that's when Sandy, he's like, hey, Katie Sandy. I was like, okay, she was here in spirit. So this is my thing. I have self-diagnosed my ADHD as I'm spirit-led. That's just how it goes.
I love it. Superpower. Superpower.
Yes. So
I never get bored because I forget who I'm mad at.
right? Okay. So, and maybe people can relate to this, and I drop F-bombs, so if you need to edit it, I'll try not to, but 6-phase meditation, my mind is good. Like I'm visualizing, I'm in Bali and I'm like at the elephant sanctuary and I'm painting the elephants with charcoal with my baby and just all these things. And then 2 seconds later, Sandy and I work on Zoom like every day together. 2 minutes later, I'll say something super retarded, like that totally counteracts what I was just feeling.
Right.
And then Sandy will reel me back in, or I'll do the same for her. But as you go through your day and we're dealing with all of the detours that life tries to give us and all the no's, every time I get a no, that's just another color of chalk that I mentally pick out that I'm going to go paint a new elephant with.
Yes.
But I find myself, I'm going to get better. But it's like when I find myself slipping off of the thought, the formless substance, it just is so hard to bring it back to, we'll say, the elephants.
No, it isn't. You know the step that you're adding? You get pissed off at yourself and you beat yourself up.
That's exactly what I do. Because I'll be like, what the fuck, Katie? Like,
yeah.
And then I'll go back into I call it my unfuckwithable vibe. Like my bubble. Like nothing can penetrate my bubble. Because when I'm on it, I'm on it. But when I'm off, I am off.
Right. So like I shared with Lisa yesterday, it's like,
and I love you too, Lisa.
What if it's just, but by the way, Lisa, you wouldn't believe how many people commented to me on how much they loved how brave you were yesterday. So we'll talk about that later. Woo! But one of the things that we do, Katie, is we beat ourselves up for our mind going all over the place when God created you that way. So when you get off track, just go, classic me, back to focus.
Okay.
Just, oh, there I did it again, back to focus. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I'll find myself saying, I'm taking Zerlene out of public school and we're homeschooling next year. And then I'm researching private school.
You're human. Do you think I do that?
But I'll say
All day, every day I do that. Everyone that has thoughts in your heads that you feel like you wanted to punch yourself in the face, raise your hand. Why we beat ourselves up, Katie, when we don't realize that's human. You know why we don't know that's human? No one wants to admit that they do that. Let me be crazy with you, Katie, since you're crazy. I'll never forget this. I was with two dear friends of mine. They're owners of ACN for 30 years, Tony and Mike Kupas. And I built such a great relationship with these guys because I lived in their apartment for a year while I taught them to do this. Now to see him the owner of a company that's done billions and billions of dollars for 30 years is one of my pride and joy. It's like, hey, you think you got a good student like Phil Jackson? Well, mine's Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, you win. So one of the things, we were going down and we were getting really close, and they had some real garbage. They were identical twins. And I think that when they were 18 months old, their biological mother just took them to a trailer park and dropped them off and left. So there's a good start, right? So we're going down this escalator coming out of an airplane, going down to luggage. And I look at Tony and Mike and I just go, geez. They're like, what's wrong? And I said, I don't think I can tell you. And they go, come on, tell me. And I said, I had this thought in my mind that if I put both arms on the side of the escalator, that I could put both feet right in the shoulder blades of this guy in front of me. And if I kicked him hard enough, he would take everybody out going down the escalator. And they looked at me and went, you have those thoughts too?
I was just about to say, it's like sometimes when I envision myself just kind of throat punching my kid real quick when she's not getting it.
Going like, only hurting others, hurting myself. Like driving down the freeway, I'm all happy. I can't wait to get to this meeting. And I could just swerve right into the median. You know what I mean? And it's like, wow, I don't know if, and it's like, stop it. Stop it. I used to get mad at myself. Now I laugh at myself. I'm like, okay, if there's competitive people in there trying to take over my mind, then I need to go, that's stupid. I'm going to focus on this. What was the meeting again, the meeting again. Has any one of you ever had this? You don't have to raise your hand. We are recording this, by the way. Okay. You ever sit across from somebody and while they're talking, you just go, I could slap them. Wow. And it's like, I'm going, it's my wife.
She'll smack you right back, Robert.
I'm like, so why am I saying these things? I'm saying these things because I hope that the mastering the sciences, science of getting rich, that each and every one of you that are bold enough to say, listen, this is why I'm having a little bit of problems.
Yeah.
And then you say something, then you find out that everybody else on the screen goes, you too? See, because this is not the stuff that you would talk about.
Right.
Listen, I get distracted. I have stupid thoughts. I go on tangents. And then I got to go back. My mentor told me this, and you guys could do this. When you're having a Zoom with people, ask permission if you can record it. Say, can I record this Zoom? I promise no one else will see it, but I just need to get better. I want to get better. Then you watch it back and you go, what the hell did that tangent have to do with anything? In fact, you're so in the conversation, you're looking at the other person you're talking about and they're going. And then they yawn through their nose. You ever see someone, you guys have never yawned through your nose, have you? And then when you get done and you're inspired and you're on this tangent, you go, so yeah, that's what you need to do. And they're like, it's like reading this chapter for the first time. It's like, how many of you have ever tried to read the Bible? Like, this guy's sister that was an aunt that was married to this guy's stepmother. And it's like, Why do I need to know this thing? I don't know. I don't. So, Katie, I hope that helped you. Thank you for sharing that, because I know that I was watching everyone's picture. Oh my God. Oh my God. So step one, ask. I do this for those of you. I'm just being me. I just say, Heavenly Father, in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
I surrender all. You not only created me, and I thank you for that, but you gave me free will. And I choose you. I choose you.
Amen.
And I'm asking you to help me. Stop me in mid-sentence. Stop me in mid-thought. Use my body, my mind, my vocal cords. Steer me to say the right things to those that have ears to hear. Correct me in any words. And the guys, people that know me really well, I could be saying something, Katie, and go, you know what? I just said something that's not true. I don't know where I pulled that idea out of. You know, so a certain percentage of people are not sales types. I really don't know what percentage. So I don't know why I said 10%. And I found out from AI that it's 17%. And now they're saying they got to shut down AI because they think it's out of control. I'm going like, well, I really just don't know the number. So why do I need to put a number? Why can't you say a majority of the people are not sales types? See what I mean? And so if you're constantly asking, you know, to be interrupted, and I'll tell you what, you want to get respect from somebody, correct yourself in mid-sentence.
Admit when you're wrong, yeah.
Yeah, because you're saying, so anyway, you know, I think they have you know, we have 1,000 SKUs. I apologize. We have a lot of SKUs.
I think for my spirit-led personality, after I share my income disclosure statement, I'll like have a spirit-led ADHD follow the trail of Katie's thoughts disclosure statement.
Yeah. And if I were you, because
enter at your own risk.
People are so into labels, listen
Totally.
to yourself, because when you say that you're ADHD, but you're spiritually led, I would just take the letters out, because everyone has a different description of what ADHD is. It's
That's
like,
true.
wow, this lady just openly told me that she's going to get distracted while she's helping me. I thank her for being honest, but wow. You see what I mean?
Can't
It's
say
like,
the wrong thing to the right person.
that is still true when you especially ask for those that need to hear the message come to
Yes.
you, and you're going to be obedient to hearing and speaking to those that have ears to hear. And when you guys trust this instinct and start digging into it, and people go, wow, you know, I think I just don't think I could do this. Why? Is it something that your mom used to tell you all the time? I didn't say anything about my mom. She's wrong.
Yeah.
I just want you to know she's wrong. And then they start crying and they're going like, wow, yeah, I thought this was like about a business opportunity. Craig, how many times have you seen me do this? We used to do breakthroughs. We're bringing them back.
Good.
And I just totally trust the higher power. And I just will say stuff to them and they're going like, what are you talking about? How'd you know about that? I go, I don't know anything about it.
I do know without a doubt, I am doing things a certain way with my daughter. She sat through the first 17 minutes of The Secret with me the other day. She's 9. So, and she's the first to go to school and encourage all of her friends and all that stuff. So at least I know she's getting the foundation that she needs.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you and all of you guys. I appreciate you guys.
So
Let's
yeah,
grow. It's hard.
Let's all thank Katie for letting us know that all our stupid thoughts all day and distractions are part of being a human being.
Stick with me. I'm fun. Stick around.
There's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with me. It's like, hey, you know, I always tell people that, you know, it's just like an ant. I love that story. You know, ants know that you just keep walking toward the goal and then you bank a right. and then you bank the next left, then you bank the next left, then you bank a right. It's like, here's another analogy. I don't know if you guys heard this. Do you know that when an airplane is on autopilot, that a majority of the time, not going to use a number, say, a majority of the time, it's not on track because the radar can't see itself when it's perfect. So when it's perfectly on track, it doesn't see itself. So it does this, and then it sees itself. And then it goes like this, and it sees itself. And it goes like this, and it sees itself. So a majority of the time, the airplane is not on track. It's correction after correction after correction after correction after correction after correction. That's how GPS works. Isn't that wild? It's like off track, off track, off track. So now we'll call it, instead of GPS, we'll just call it Katie. You know, so off track, back. Don't worry, everyone. Don't worry, everyone, because we are going to get to our destination.
Sprinkling glitter and confetti all along the damn way, baby. Bring it on.
I love you, Katie. Okay.
Katie, thank you so much. Wow. These discussions are so amazing. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for participating in them. I'm going to just kind of take a quickie break and say, if you're on Facebook, or if you're on YouTube, I should say, please like this video. And for those of you that are watching here on Zoom, go and like this video, subscribe to the channel. Please make sure that you subscribe to it. roberthollis.com/YouTube, and share it.
Yes.
This is Mastering the Science of Getting Rich, Chapter 4. The first principle of the science of getting rich is amazing. And look at the kind of discussions that we are having. And there's still more to come. So, okay, there's my commercial.
My goal, my biggest vision, you guys, listen to my biggest vision. My biggest vision that each and every one of you will be guiding a group just like we have here. So as you keep following me, people have seen me do it in the past, like Melody Riva. Melody Riva is one of my $1 million earners. And so, you know, I need that number to go from 66 to 666 to 6,666. You know, it's like I need that to happen. So, you know, in the near future, you guys keep following. I'll keep being spirits led, and we'll just keep making it bigger and bigger. Thanks, Craig.
Thank you so much. Lisa Marie Cook, I see you have your hand up. John Tier, Angela Castleman, Dana Scranton, you guys are coming up. Thank you so much for your patience. But let's go ahead. Lisa Marie, unmute yourself and please share.
Hey guys.
Look at that big, beautiful smile. Awesome.
This has been so good for me. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here.
And anyway, I had a friend on here and he had to leave. So,
okay.
But I want to introduce who he was anyway, because this is recorded and he can see it. And I'm hoping he's going to be a part of our group here to continue.
Cool.
So, anyway, he is an EFT practitioner.
All right.
Emotional freedom techniques. And I
was going to say, I didn't know that there was digital. No, I'm kidding.
EFT.
I was thinking electronic fungible token, you know, like.
Anyway, with my new little group, I brought that in there. Gabe was a part of that. And to bring tapping into the group, you know, just for dealing with emotional stuff. And he's amazing. So I just want Gabe Riviera. Is that okay to give him a plug? Sorry. I already did, right?
Yeah, no use apologizing for something you already did.
Okay. Anyway, I did a 5-day workshop with him, and in my defense, even though I am a wine baby, I admit it, I'm getting over it. Okay.
Why? I still stop.
No,
Everybody that watches this video live or recorded wish they were more emotional.
oh gosh, I don't know about that.
Oh yeah. When you find out that the closer you get to a creator, the more emotional you would be.
Well, maybe that's what's happening.
It's a blessing. It's
Yeah.
a 100% blessing. Have you guys ever heard me watch me cry? Okay. Because
Yeah.
it's who I am. It's who I was created to be. If something makes me feel emotional, I'm going to get emotional. I'm not going to shut it down. Why?
You always freaking do this to me.
Well, if you keep opening up your mic and coming on here when you want me to do
Well, right, exactly. Anyway, in my defense, yes, a couple of days ago was very difficult for me, but I think I am way more sensitive now than normal, just because of what I went through with that 5 day with him. He
Got
came
it.
really stirred up a lot, and I can't even explain it, but there's a lot. I have no flipping clue what
Well,
it was all about, but it was so bizarre, you know.
going through transformation, and shredding stuff that's been holding us back forever is always going to cause. If there was a video of you guys watching me going through my worst emotional episode, you guys would just freak the hell out. Because I just had so much pinned up stuff when someone was helping me with that stuff, Lisa. And it was Bill, my mentor. And he got in my face and he said some stuff about my parents that I felt, but I wouldn't say. So I defended him and I grabbed him. I was way stronger then. I was in martial arts. I threw him up against the wall. His feet was off the ground. I was choking him out. So
I heard that story.
yeah. And so I'm telling you, when he walked me through the steps on how to get released, I've never cried so hard in my life. And I cried for hours. I cried for hours because I haven't cried since I was 27. You know, so being a little kid up to 27, I had a lot of crying to get out.
Yeah.
So we keep telling up to people all the time, man, this stuff is really touching me. And it's like, listen, when you visualize and you put yourself where you're supposed to be, do you cry when that happens? Because if you're not very joyous. There's a lot of different crying. Why do people cry? Why do people cry when they get an award?
They're happy.
Because they've been visualizing that award for years. Millions and millions and millions and millions of times. And then all of a sudden they stand up there and they call your name. And the Grammy goes, the Oscar goes to Lisa Marie Cook. Here it all comes. You know what I mean? It's like, and you know what I love most about people that get awards and then when they get up there and they lose their words, because it goes from the logic mind to the heart. It's like, listen, I knew exactly what I was going to say, and now it's gone. Yeah, because now you're emotional and it's tapped into your heart, and all the stuff you're going to stupid say about, you know, all your agents and your managers and you know, want to thank the camera crew. It's like, no. You know, can't you guys tell when someone does an acceptance speech that it was written out? Well, what do you mean? They're holding it in their hand. They're holding it in their hand. Don't want to forget about Jim Joe Bob. He helped me with a flat tire. You know, I would have never got to, you know, my audition if he wouldn't have helped me with that flat tire. You know, and people are like, what the hell are you talking about? You know what I mean? Then you get the other person up there and they just like looking at it and God, I forget who was it? Jamie Lee Curtis. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm getting choked up just I watched her speech. If you guys haven't seen it, and it's like, yeah, here's a person that's been working at her craft for 50 years. And it's like, hey, we see you. We see you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
I love
I love you
I
too.
love when she looked up. I remember it. She looked up and she said, my mom and my dad were both in this industry. They were nominated, but never got it.
Oh, wow.
Mom and dad, I got it. Like, okay. All right.
That's awesome.
So Lisa, after you did your plug, anything else you want to say?
Ever since I started this book, there's always a hiccup in this chapter for me.
Okay.
And it's that part where to think health when surrounded by appearances of disease, or to think riches when in the midst of appearances of poverty requires power. And that just doesn't settle with me, and I'm not sure why.
Right.
And I think it's got.
Well, one thing that if you go back and watch this recording, and I hope that you guys, when you're speaking, go back and watch the recording of you talking. Words are things and thoughts are things. So the thoughts that we have produce words out of our mouth. And regardless of what religion you believe in, it says we'll be judged for every idle word that comes out of our mouth. So when you catch yourself saying, I don't know why, when I go through this part, I don't get it. And the universe is going, your wish is my command. Your wish is my command. I don't know why every time I go through this part, I don't get it. Your wish is my command. Your wish is my command.
Boy, our words are powerful. Holy Christmas.
You know who listens to you the most?
Me?
You. So if you become aware, the most things that this book will do than anything is bring you more aware, so that you can say,
It does.
I will find a solution to my misunderstanding of this section.
I was just going to ask, how do I change my perception? I mean,
Words.
Yeah. Okay.
Lisa Marie, would you do me a quick favor? I just need you to do this. Would you just stand up for a second?
Sure.
Okay. Now sit back down. Yeah, words are pretty powerful.
Okay. Yeah.
Did any of you guys catch that? Lisa, stand up. Okay. Yeah. My ears heard it. Okay. Stand down. Okay. All right. I spoke words and you did exactly what happened. So when things are struggles, I be careful with my words. Be careful with my words. Yeah, I don't want to say can't. I don't want to say frustrating. I don't want to say overwhelmed. I don't want to say pissed off.
I hear ya.
I want to understand this. I need to understand this. I need to ask for help. I need to have someone. I'm going to be attracted to someone that's going to help me understand this. And when I get it, I'm going to get it. I am going to get it, and I'll be able to help other people get it. And I'm so happy and grateful. Oh my God. I'm just so happy and grateful that I'm going to attract the people that will get me to understand this. And it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. I already can feel that. I can.
Does that feel better?
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, geez.
Yeah. And it's like, so every time you get shifted out of your power. See, I always tell people, if you just thought that you were standing and sitting in a place and there's a giant tractor beam that's coming straight down on you, and you're in the source, you're in the now. You're in the present. You're like, yeah, I'm tuned in, I'm tapped in, I'm turned on. Yeah. And then someone reaches up and pushes you out of the tractor beam. Get back in the tractor beam. The person that will pull you out of the tractor beam the most is yourself.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Just be aware of it. I don't feel good. Now I feel good. I feel good now. And what you'll do is it will go from years. Some of you have been struggling with this your whole entire life. And I promise you that will go from years to months, months to weeks, weeks to days, days to minutes, minutes to seconds. So now I'm so jacked up and so high that I can see a caller ID and I'm like, who's that? I'm going, stop that. Stop that. Flip your phone over. Okay. Okay. Shut the ringer off. Don't put it on vibrate. Thanks for correcting me. They didn't feel very good. It's like people go, I've never seen someone so present and focused than you, Robert. Man, you are tuned in.
You are.
Because I work on it every day. You guys just don't see when I'm out of it and when I'm out of it and when I'm out of it. And then I get on tangents. And what do? I go on a tangent. Sorry for going on a tangent. And God says, take that back. You asked me for the going. You asked me to guide you. You asked me to help you. I took you on the tangent. Don't apologize for that stuff anymore. Ooh.
You're right.
Oh,
we all have a right.
Were you worried about what other people were thinking again?
No, I haven't.
No, I was saying to me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Oh, are you sorry?
Oh, no, not this time. Sorry. I did it again. Oh my gosh. Did you hear that? I hope there was a little hiccup in that recording because I just said it again.
That's okay.
Heck.
But you're catching it.
You know, is it normal to feel like because you are being aware, it's like I'm aware so vividly that I
it's awesome.
Is that? I don't know if I like
it.
That.
Is that
because I feel like I gotta stop judging. Oh my God, even myself. I'm worse on myself.
Stop that. And every time you stop it, don't beat yourself up. See, just like Katie. As soon as you get a little distracted, then you want to beat yourself up. No, go right back into the positive. Go right back in. Oh, I can't stop that. We're happy about going toward the forward and the goal we're going. Let's go. So don't spend time in the self-evaluation of how bad you are so you can beat the crap out of you because it took you a little. Hey, listen. Even if you're driving from here to Vegas, you might have to stop to go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? If being distracted and have things going on, just take care of them and move on. Right. Don't be mad at it. Just go, hey, you know.
I definitely have anger issues, and Gabe is helping me with that. The tapping is helping with that.
Well, I'm glad that you're doing tapping, and just I'm glad anybody that's doing anything that's going to make them better is awesome.
Absolutely. And oh, by the way, Katie is an excellent mama. She is. She is.
Well, thank you, Lisa Marie.
Yes, thank you so much. And thank you. Oh, I wanted to say one more thing. When Robert does his breakthroughs, I'm first. Okay, I've already claimed that. Thank you, Robert.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Love you. I appreciate you. You're so awesome, Lisa Marie. Yeah,
Thank
you really, really, really have no clue how many people you're affecting. Yeah, you are making such a huge difference. Because there's people that, you know me, Lisa Marie, you know you're not going to come out here and say some stupid stuff without me jumping on you, and you do it anyway. So there's a lot of other people that are going, I'm lowering my hand. I'm lowering my hand, because if I'm going to tell him I've gotten some problems and he's going to jump down my throat, I don't need any of that. And it's like, Lisa, I love you and thank you. I appreciate you. You should be proud of yourself. Okay, good. Craig?
Thank you so much, Lisa, for sharing. And Robert, thank you too. Okay, John Tier, I see your hand is up. Thank you again. And please open up and share.
You got all these wisdom people that show up on this. It's like, wow.
Just following your lead, Robert.
How's
everybody doing?
The horsepower and wisdom and brain power that we have on these things is just, thank you, God. That's so awesome.
Man, boy, I tell you, this particular chapter, remember I told you I threw the book across the room because when it said, don't go to churches, I was like, oh, see, that's the problem right there. There it is. That's what's wrong with this book right here. And I got to tell you, man, like I said, it was my knowledge of, the Bible and not so much what the book is talking about. Because, I've been playing in churches since I was like 18 years old. And it's amazing to me how many churches will talk about, about being, they're negative on being, having riches. Yeah. And then they pass the collection plate.
Hey, money isn't important.
Right.
But we need yours.
Right. I can never understand. I was like, you just told me it was bad. Why do you want mine?
Yeah. Why don't you teach me how to make more and then I'll give it all to you?
Oh, no, not that. So
funny, John.
Yeah. That was the thing. And the other thing is that we don't know how powerful we really are. That's really what this book is really saying. Yeah. It's how powerful our mind is. I remember when I was 21 years old and I didn't have a keyboard to play it in groups. I used to have to borrow stuff. And so I decided that I wanted a keyboard. Now I didn't even know I was putting this law to work, but every day I would practice playing my keyboard in my mind. I would just throw some music.
You were.
Yes, just jamming. Like I just had this keyboard all the time.
Well, wait a minute. Were you moving your hand and hearing typing, or were you actually hearing the music?
I was playing.
Were you hearing the music?
Yes, I turned on some music and act like I was playing. Right. I was just going for it. And then it showed up. But what I found fascinating was that frequency didn't leave. Because right after that, it couldn't have been maybe about a month or two later, a friend of mine called, hey, I'm moving to California. I have some keyboards. Would you like to have? And he sold me another keyboard for like $100. So then I had two. Then another thing popped up and it was like somebody was selling something. I said, oh, I want that. And I got that. Then I had a keyboard module. I said, man, that happened all in a matter of just really like that. Because when you're on that frequency, it happens. And I've used this thing quite a bit, even to get my last car. I had a van and you're talking about driving. I mean, I've got a picture. I'm gonna show it to you one day, Robert. You're talking about driving the wheels off of it. That's exactly what happened. So on the highway and literally the back end of the frame snapped.
Oh my God.
And man, and it started moving this way. And I had to get off the highway, man, the grace of God there, man. And when I got out, I was like, I don't know what's wrong. And I went to push the tire, the whole tire moved. I was like, now that's not supposed to happen.
Wow.
Yeah. And I had no way, I didn't have any money to get another car, but yet I was like, you know what? I'm not even worried about it. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
I was just like, it's just going to happen. I'm not even worried about it. So I started looking at stuff. I didn't know where the money was going to come from. I just knew that it was going to happen. And it did. It was only a couple of months later. It,
So
you know, I
awesome.
think, yeah, and it happened. So I know that these things, it's real. This is
Totally
really,
real.
really real. You know, I know that I've manifested a lot of things in my life, you know, by sitting there and thinking about it. The hardest thing, or the most challenging thing, is probably a better way to say that. The most challenging thing is manifesting it in this business. That's been the most challenging thing.
Okay.
And so now with this book, I'm really, 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 really focusing on it, being consistent. And I gave another 10 away today. Signs of Getting Rich, 10 of them today.
Awesome,
Yeah.
John.
And
Awesome,
I'm
John.
doing it every single day, every single day. And it's not even about the number, but I say, well, how much can I do in about an hour? And I just take an hour and I just keep going and keep going. And then all of a sudden that hour is gone. And the only other thing I want to say is, when I first started the 6-phase meditation, I was like, "Oh, this thing is so long."
I know.
I'm like, now it goes by so fast.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're on the 6 already. I'm just getting into this.
So true. So
It goes
true.
by so fast. So that's it for me, man.
Yeah, I think a lot of times what we do, John, is we're our biggest enemy by far.
Yes.
It's just so when you were talking about stuff that you did, if there's anything that I consistently beat myself up about, is when I start manifesting stuff that I didn't stay in the manifesting phase to get it already.
Mhm.
I'm consistently going, you got to think bigger. 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 And so my words to you, John, is if the vehicle that you're using is take your eyes off the vehicle that you're using and spend more time focusing on the emotions of where you're going to get it. Let me give you a cool example. I corrected my words to say that I'll have 1 million subscribers, 1 million active subscribers. I hope people don't freak out when I say this. All right. I was not thinking of YouTube when I said that. See? So all of a sudden I find my energy going someplace else. And a question to all of you: if I had 1 million subscribers, when I have 1 million, when I have 1 million subscribers on YouTube, I just know that the other businesses that I have are also going to flourish. And so when you're thinking of income or the thing that you want, then think about, wow, I want to help 25,000 orphans. I want to help 25,000 orphans. I want to feed into them. I really want to do that. I'm just so happy and grateful that money comes to me from multiple streams on a consistent basis and increasing quantities. What a lot of people do is they will focus and say, well, listen, I need to be a 5K with ABC company. And you stole your vision away. You stole your emotion away. You stole your focus away. It was to help orphans. Why are you now focused on making X amount of money with X amount of affiliates and a company? See, that's
tweak that for me, Robert.
Yeah.
Unpack that a little bit for me.
Is this helping you?
Yeah, unpack that a little bit for me.
So I'll reach out to somebody and I'll say, I watched a video today, and it was funny. It was Gary Vaynerchuk, and he put a new video up, and I watched it. And this guy's going, I don't know how you stay motivated. I get up in the morning, Monday morning, I'm not motivated. And Gary Vee said, what's your goal? Where are you going? What's going on? He says, I'm going to make 6 figures. I'm going to make 6 figures and buy a nice house. And he goes, there's your problem. The guy's like, what? Manifesting and helping humanity and making your dreams come true does not have nothing to do with a number. 100,000, a new home, You don't want to make money. What? No, you want to create the emotion of the forward vision that you just talked about. You're tying the universe's hands. No, you don't understand. I need to hit 5K in MDC. I need. That's not the vision that you had the other night. That's not the emotional vision that you had, John. What was it again? John, what is the grand vision that you have?
My grand vision is to be free to do whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it.
So your goal is freedom.
Freedom, yeah. My goal is freedom.
Okay, so if your goal is freedom, what is that?
For me, it is.
For you, see?
Yeah.
For you? Yeah,
For
tell me what it
yeah.
is.
It is to come and go as I please, and to be able to, if I see the need for somebody and I can write a check for it, just to do it and never think twice about it.
So it's more than freedom.
Mm-hmm.
See, you got to have freedom, but you also have to have some extra cash.
Right.
Okay. So why don't you feel like you're free right now?
Oh, I am free. I'm just monetarily still, you know.
Oh, see how we're getting clear?
Yeah.
So if you wanted to be monetarily free and some money just showed up in your bank account and took care of that, then how much prospecting would you do today?
Depends on how much more people I want to
Look at
help.
Angela. She's like, so wait a minute. The focus on is you're wanting this grand vision, and then you turn around and tell me that you want chrome wheels on a van?
This is byproduct.
Listen, if you'll share with me what you want, John, with emotion, can you let me take care of it?
So I guess, you know, what's really been next to my heart.
Can you untie my hands a little bit?
Yeah, what's been actually next to my heart, probably for a long time, is I love St. Jude. You know, I love giving to St. Jude.
I've given a lot of money to St. Jude's.
Right. And the reason being is, one is children. I remember when I was a child, I was in the hospital. I had pneumonia, and I know what it's like to be in the hospital and be sick and nobody else being around you. I remember that. Even though it was a long time ago, I still remember what that felt like, you know. But the other thing that I admire about St. Jude is that the parents don't have to pay. And so in America, it does not pay to be poor and sick in America, because the way these insurance companies work, you know, people go broke trying to pay for a medical cost. And especially when you have a disease like the C word, you know. Right. So my thing is, I have pictured being, you know, one of the highest donors for St. Jude, you know, one of the best donors they've ever had in St. Jude.
How would that make you feel?
Man, that would be, I mean, I picture like him giving a plaque or an award for that. You know?
Is everybody else feeling the energy shift? See, you being appreciated and recognized for being one of the top donors and having the freedom to walk around at that children's hospital, finding the kids that don't have anybody. And then you visualize it, emotionally go through it, and then just say, hey, God, if there's a faster way to get me to this destination, I'm open. I'm totally open. And if the vehicle that I'm in right now is the vehicle that I'm supposed to be using, then introduce me to the right people. Introduce me to the right people.
Mm. Mm.
So I'm going to go through the practice of connecting with strangers, but this is why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it to hit a rank or have X amount of people in my group.
Mm.
Now, when you're coming from that emotional place, even if you ran into a family or a friend member, they're going, John, honestly, why do you do this stupid stuff? My vision is to have the freedom to walk the halls of the St. Jude Children's Hospital and just be around the kids that are lonely, like I was when I was there. And my goal is to be recognized as one of the top contributors financially to that. That's why I'm doing this. Wow, John. Can you explain to me again? I'm a little more open-minded to why you think this vehicle will get you there.
Mm.
So you picked it. Did that help you?
Oh man, that's a a paradigm shift for real.
Yeah. When they feel you, not hear you, when they feel you,
Mm-hmm.
that's a great place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a breakthrough for real there. I definitely wasn't expecting that. Boy, that's a breakthrough there,
Go back and watch this.
Yeah, man.
Some of you are focused on, oh, if I could just get this. You know why we go back to doing stuff we're not supposed to be doing? Because we put too much damn pressure on ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So we go all the way back. It's like, God dang it. I need to make enough money to prove to the people that don't believe in me that this is freaking real. I believe in it. I believe in it. And I'm talking to a bunch of numbskulls. No, you're just talking to people in their journey at the wrong place at the wrong time in their life. And then I can't find any people that wants to make money. So maybe what I should just do is, oh my God, they just launched Delta 9s. I think I should make a bunch of posts and see how many Delta 9s I should sell. Oh, you went all the way back.
Mm-hmm.
And the universe and God is going, what does selling Delta 9s to people have anything to do with the damn vision you shared with me the other night?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you took the steering wheel back.
Mm-hmm.
You had a vision and emotionally put it in it, and you handed me the steering wheel. And while I'm trying to get you there, you keep grabbing the steering wheel and yanking us in the ditch. Can you stop that? I got this. I got other people that I've helped there. I know where we're going. Yeah, but I need to find people that can stop.
Wow, Robert, I didn't realize I was even doing that. I didn't even realize I was even doing that, man.
You guys are going, do we have to finish mastering of the science of getting rich? Can we just go into breakthroughs?
Man, they're working hand in hand with each other.
This is what got me there.
Yeah.
This is what got me there.
Yeah.
I was like, Heavenly Father, lead me to some people that I can get to release everything and let you drive the car. Just be joyous as a partner in the car. I'll just be the passenger. Get us there, man. I'm so excited to get there. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there? Hey, yeah, we're hang on. We're going. You know what kids say? Are we there yet? Do you notice what kids don't say? John, Daddy, are you sure you're going the right way?
Right. They trust. Yeah.
They just get in the car and it magically shows up at the bar.
Man, Robert, what you're saying to me is is kick your faith up another level.
Yeah.
That's I'm hearing it,
Not only
You,
take your faith up to the next
man.
level, every one of you got to dream bigger, man.
Yeah, man.
This is not about you making enough money to quit your job.
Man.
No, it's like it's you making a difference where you can help millions of people.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I just got another dump, John. Listen, if all we need is a vehicle to just be selfish, just take care of our needs, it's like the universe of God is saying, John, I've already taken care of your needs, my son.
Right.
You got clothes, I'm feeding you, got a roof over your head. I got you. I know your needs before you even ask for them.
Right.
Haven't I been taking care of you?
Absolutely.
So now you're looking at something else to take care of you?
Mm.
How about to take care of others?
Mm.
Can I get you to think about the kids in the hospital? Can I get you to think out there? Because if you stretch yourself, I'm going to help you.
Mm.
So it's not about your needs. This is about other people's needs.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why you're there. You're my miracle. You're my miracle that I created to touch other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not about you. I got you.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
Everybody's going,
Wow.
do these last forever? It's like, no, they don't. But if people, some people might be watching time and saying these are too long. And why is this person taking too much when they really don't see what's going on?
Wow. That's ooh. Okay. After these things, I always go and take a walk. I feel I'm going to be walking a long time today.
Am I pushing you guys mentally and spiritually a little bit?
Yeah. Yeah.
When people say, I just want to get out of my job. I just want to make enough money to get out of debt and, and have freedom. Wow. I created you for that big goal.
Jeez.
Man. Come on. Come
Wow.
on.
Wow. When we talk about we serve a big God and then you give him a little request.
I know. It's like, you know what we do and we don't mean to do it, John? It's like we're actually testing him out.
Yeah.
Whatever you believe in, it's like, well, listen, if you can help me get a few distributors and a few customers so I can quit my job and replace my income, then maybe I can dream a little bigger. That's the opposite.
Right.
Dream bigger and let me take you there. Let me help you get there. Let me put you in the right people. That's what this is talking about. If you guys notice, the first 4 chapters are talking about, again, I love when you said to me, it's like, wow, does lean not on your own understanding? Does that really mean that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you do not have the breadth, the width, or the depth.
Right.
To understand my love for you.
Right.
To understand what I can pull off for you. And everybody else, well, it seems like me like it's a mystery. For those that believe, it's not.
Right.
For those that trust in the instincts, it's not.
Right.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
I can feel it. I can feel it.
You stretched it more. Now I can never go back.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be funny if you went back to your spouse and said, I found out today that I'm not doing MDC anymore? She's going, really? Yeah, but I'm going to help a lot of kids in the St. Jude Children's Hospital, and I'm going to be a top contributor. And if building an organization and MDC is part of that, then it'll happen. But it's not going to happen by me. It's just me reaching out to strangers. Hey, Craig, I used to do that all the time. It's like the strangers, the guard you're looking for are not here.
Yeah.
The people you're looking for. Move on. Hey, we got to move. All right. Like,
Wow.
yeah, some of this stuff is pretty deep, isn't it?
Yeah. I
But
just
it's
have
a
to be
deep
open.
book.
Yeah.
The deep book. Okay, Craig, let's go.
All right. Thank you.
That was not only the Jedi thing, but it was also the mind shift.
Ah,
Because that's what exactly just happened. I mean, John, thank you so much. And, you know, that's what's so amazing about these things. I wanted to also point out, I hope you don't mind, Robert, the power of visualization, which Robert went through, is so amazing. More is going to be mentioned in the book as we continue,
Yes.
but if you want to take a brief look, I posted in the chats The Power of Visualization by Bob Proctor. It's about 3.5 minutes, but it's the power behind it. And yes, did you see the visualization that just occurred? John? Thank you so much.
People will not move forward unless you help them paint a picture in their head. Yes. Go ahead, Greg.
Angela, thank you again for being patient with us. There's your unmute. Please go ahead and share.
Good evening. How are you guys doing?
Blessed and highly favored and deeply loved. How are you?
I am highly abundant and deeply loved also.
Awesome.
So I wasn't even going to come on today. Like on. I was driving and decided I wanted to listen to Abraham Hicks. And then I said, you know what? No, you can listen to Robert a little bit while you're driving. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm going to pull over and continue listening. But I remember before I moved down to London, I used to daydream all the time. Like daydream, like I would lose focus. My family would get so pissed off with me because I was like gone in La La Land. And I thought it was a bad thing. Like I was, yeah.
I can't
like,
wait
I
for
was,
you to tell. I can't wait for you to tell your parents, "Hey, I just got off a Zoom with Robert, and I'm a daydreamer."
yeah. And I would daydream, and then I would say to my friends, that thing that just happened, I was daydreaming about that like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Why am I seeing my daydreams happening in real life? Like, what is going on? And I didn't understand what was going on. And then, you know, I started shutting it down, started saying, no,
Yep.
You need to grow up, you need to focus, you need to, you know, and then and then I moved to London and we went through a long period without having money and worrying about that stuff. So now I'm like, okay, so I was right. I was doing it right. I wasn't, you know, checking out because I didn't like what was going on or I was afraid or something. You know, I was actually, you know, tuning into where I was supposed to be. And I used to say that to someone. We'd be watching something and I'd be like, oh my gosh, that'd be so good for my daydreams. And they'd like look at me and I'd be like, yeah, because I like people say, you know, it's not good to watch things, but I think that's a good way to, you know, to learn something that you can focus on and learn to daydream and visualize with.
Totally.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Angela, I don't know if I shared on my Facebook. When you guys are on in the flow consistently all
Yeah.
the time, every day, it's like now you notice when you're out of the flow.
Yeah.
See, it's the opposite. It's like
Mhm.
right now you're trying to find how to get in the flow. When you
Back
figure
in, yeah.
out how to get in the flow, then you're in it for like 3 minutes. You know, the zone,
Mhm.
you know, yeah, you're in the zone. It's like, that felt good. Let me get back there. And
Mhm.
then it lasts for 20 minutes or a half hour. Then you could get back there. Like you're constantly, then it's all of a sudden, man, you're just out of the flow a little bit. And you're like, hey, no. It's like, I'm right
Yeah.
here. You know what I mean? Sort of like gliding. And I don't do a lot of scrolling on Facebook. And all of a sudden I seen this video and it was American Got Talent, you know, And man, this video just ripped my heart out. There was this girl, and she says, listen, you know, my name is Lily Melola, Meola. And they go, why are you here? And she said, well, you know, I wrote a song and people liked it. And then I got a record deal. And then my mom got sick. And so I just believed that my mom was more important at the time. So I didn't do what they wanted me to do. So then they took my contract away. And I was there for my mom, and I don't regret it, but she's no longer with us. And he said, oh, so you're going to sing? And she said, yeah. She says, I'm going to sing a song. It's called Daydream. And I wrote the song. And she started singing it. Oh my God, I was just bawling. I was just sitting there, you know, and the first part of the lyrics, you know, where kids in the backyard playing astronauts and rock stars. Nobody cared. No one said that we shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And then she said, all of a sudden I'm 18. And I 18, I got to go to college for my plan B. Because what they say I want is too risky. Live for weekends, live for weekends and whiskey. So work your ass off all week and then party on the weekend. How much Friday? You know, and then it says, you know, so you keep hearing the lyrics, and it says dreaming, don't waste dreams on sleeping. You got to live your daydream.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just like, and it's like, you know, no one cares. It's like, you just got to go out and live your daydream. And it's like, if you're not nervous, maybe it's not big enough. That's the exact truth. If your dream's not big enough, it doesn't scare you, maybe it's not big enough. If it's nervous, if it makes you nervous, then it's the right thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, she just knocked it out of the park. You got to listen to the song and maybe try to find the video on. But you know, every one of the judges were just lost.
I just posted the video in the chats.
Oh, perfect. And I mean, they're just like crying, you know, and now this girl's a mega star. You know what I mean? And it's like, I love one of the lyrics. She said, all of a sudden you're 30 and you're waiting tables. You lost your money and your power, and now you sing like an angel, but only in the shower. It's like, don't give up your daydream. It's like, so it's, don't you guys find it, without getting into any more depth of it, is that people that are creative write books about what we're talking about. They write songs about what we're talking about. They write movies about what we talk about. Stories are stories, man. And so it's so fun to see a band or a singer or a person that does a movie that talks about people feeling lost. No one understands me. No one's like me. I'm all by myself. It's like, why do they make those movies? It's like, what are you doing? Well, I'm quitting my job. Why? Well, I'm building a baseball field. Where? Well, in our crop. You do know if you knock down all our corn, we're not going to make any money. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you know, we're going to take your place away. You can't make payments on it. You're going to lose your place. And they're like, everybody thinks I'm a nutcase. And it's like, build it and he will come. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. And it's like, you guys watch him suffer through the whole entire thing, right? And then all of a sudden he gets to play catch with his dad. And then all of a sudden it's like, what's all those lights?
Yeah.
Why are all the people coming here? I told you. It's like, why am I so emotional right now? This is a stupid movie with Kevin Costner in it. It's like, you know, what? This is dumb. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Why did people write song deals about it? Do you guys know what happens now?
Mhm.
On a yearly basis, the first game played every year is played that same damn baseball field that they built out in the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
Look it up. It inspired people so much that when they invite the people to come on the field, they come out of the cornfield. Hey, it's like, hey, Angela Castleman. She comes out of the cornfield. It's just like when you do something that inspires so many people that the Major League of Baseball feels like they got to go back to that. And of course, who's the announcer? Kevin Costner. It's like, wow, so what's that old, Craig is such a movie buff, but that one guy that hit the home run and knocked out the lights, Mr. Fantastic or Mr. something, I forget. There's some baseball
McGuire.
No. There's a baseball movie, like I think Redford. You guys,
Oh.
I've never seen this movie, and I'm pulling things out to give you guys hints.
It's with Robert Redford.
It's like Mr. Marvelous or something like that. Time up if you guys know. Type it in. Maybe Dana knows. Let's go to Dana. But he hits like a home run, and he knocks out the lights in the stadium, and it's like
The Natural. That's what it is. That's
what is that?
The Natural, and that
The
was
Natural.
with Robert Redford. Yeah.
Never seen it? Gonna watch it. Some of you guys probably think I'm weird right now, but man, how do I pull a movie like that out of the thin air and know who's in it and never seen it?
We're all connected.
Yes.
Yeah. But
Crazy.
yeah, I never knew what that movie was about when I was younger, when I watched it. That baseball one. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't understand what's going on. Now I understand.
Field of Dreams with Kevin.
Yeah, now I understand. And before I moved to London, that's what I was doing. I was building a dream of building orphanage / foster home with a farm and a church and everything on it. So that way you can help foster and orphaned single parents have a place to be, to learn, to raise their kids, to prepare them for society. And then when they were 18, provide a way for them to move out and stuff. Like, I just remembered that while we were talking. That's what I was thinking about all the time while I was working before I moved down here.
Well, now you're back on track. Welcome.
Yeah. I used to I literally would daydream all the time. I would listen to like the same 3 songs over and over again, and that's how I would daydream. And it would drive my family nuts. They're like, "Can you listen to something else?" But yeah.
Just hang around a bunch of crazy people like us.
Yes. You know what? I was saying to myself today, like they say, the people that you hang around with is, what your income's going to be. I'm like, man, my income's going up because I hang out with Robert Hollis and Craig Jackman and Matthew Hollis and all these people every day. My income's going up.
All right. I love and appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Love you guys.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Angela, thank you so very much. And let's move on. One more. Dana Scranton,
Hello.
please go
Well,
ahead
thank you
and
for it all. And
Sure.
I'm going to keep this short because all of you have teed up what I'm about to say quite nicely. And we're going to categorize this as the science behind the science. So hang with me here. This is going to get a little heady for a moment. But when we're talking about the so-called law of attraction and thinking in that certain way, which is coming up in chapter 8, and acting in that certain way after that, there are an infinite number of possibilities in the universe. We on Earth live in a state of time. There is no such thing as time in the universe. It is state. So when you are in a state, that state resonates with a state that is in the infinite. When you are clear and specific, you narrow the number of possibilities and increase the probability that state will migrate towards you. So if you think incrementally, well, I've got to do this before I can do that, then the universe has all these possibilities, but it's gonna narrow the probabilities because you aren't thinking big enough. The universe doesn't care about your serial tendencies. So if you want the whole enchilada, think about the plate with the rice and the sauce and the margarita and everything right there in front of you, relishing it, feeling it, loving it, because that's what the universe is going to resonate with. And it's going to narrow the possibilities to that vision and increase the probabilities. The acceleration, the human time factor, comes about when you incorporate emotion and feeling and belief. That amplifies the wave, the signal that you have sent into the universe, and the universe further narrows the possibilities, or it combines possibilities to bring that to you, which you are resonating with, and that accelerates the time period. That's why, for example, John got a keyboard. He got 2 keyboards. He was visualizing it. It was emotional. It was specific. He was playing the songs in his head. Oh, okay, well, we're going to throw away all these other possibilities, narrow it, condense it. Boom, there it is. So you have to think clarity, specificity, big, feel it, know it, believe it. And that's the science behind the science. The probabilities increase in your favor as you do those things, and then you become a Robert. That's it.
Thank you, Dana. Wow, it's I don't know how to make that better. I can just say that when in my life I've not gotten to a destination as fast as I believe that I should have, based on what Dana just described and what I was explaining to John, I was tying the universe's hands by believing. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Dana, but you know, my youngest son that still lives with me, Kyle, sometimes when I feel like he's struggling, it's because he would like to do something, but he only knows of one way to achieve it. So me and his mom made a decision to homeschool our sons. And so whenever he's thinking of something he would like to do or push forward to, he's going, well, I was homeschooled, and so I probably have to go to a small college first. And then once I go to that small college, I can get the credits and stuff to get into a better college or a better university. And then I have to have actually a degree in this stuff, right? And then that's because I can't just go and do the things that I want to do. And I go, well, why do you want to do those things? Well, I need to learn those things if I want to start my own company. Are you guys seeing? So we take everything that everyone teaches us, and we believe that this is the way that it needs to be done. And the universe is going, man, you just narrowed it to such a slot that I can't help you. I mean, honestly, it's like where you want to go has nothing to do with you going to a local college. Not in my mind. You see what I mean? And so I was just sharing with him recently because Matt shared me this article. And have you guys heard this in the news? That people are having difficulties finding people to work for their companies. All right. So find a need and fill it. Bring value to people. There's now, Matt sent me an article of a company that goes to companies that are looking for specific people they want to hire. And now what you can do is Jerome could go directly to that company, and the only things they're going to teach Jerome is exactly what he needs to do to be good at the job that they already got for him. Okay. Old way of doing that is I'm not too good at English, but to get my degree, I got to have English 101. I have to take all these English stuffs when I'm dyslexic. And because I was so focused that one day I would be a master automotive technician working for Roger Penske, that was my vision, that was my goal, that this guy ended up sitting next to me. And I look at him and I go, "Hi, how are you?" And he goes, "I'm Kevin." I said, "I'm Robert." And I go, "You don't look very enthusiastic to be here." And he said, "No, I'm not. My dad has this philosophy. We have a very big farm and ranch. And he just has this philosophy that you got to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. So I'm sitting in this auto mechanic class so I can learn to work on the tractors and the farm equipment that we need. That's why I'm here." I said, "You don't like school?" He goes, "I love school. I was a valedictorian of my high school. And I'm sort of upset that I'm not going to college to be something that I want. I'm sitting at a trade school learning how to work on motors and do welding to work on frickin' tractors." And I said, "Why don't you like that?" He goes, "I'm not good mechanically. I got zero common sense. And people make fun of me all the time. I don't know how things work. I don't care to know how things work. But I guess this class is supposed to help me." And I said, "Dude, I love that stuff." I said, "I'll help you." And he said, "Awesome." And I said, "I just don't know anything about English and some of that other stuff." He goes, "Listen, give me your ID. I'll go take the class. I'll do a challenge course and you'll pass it and then you don't have to take it." I went, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah. What's the classes you don't want to take?" I told him. He took my ID, walked in, took the test, and you're looking at a guy that was on the dean's list. I was on the dean's list for 2 years in my college, graduated top of my class. And I showed Kevin how to do all the technical stuff. No, I didn't. I did them for him. He got an ace in that class. That's the universe. See, that's the universe. Kevin Prevey was actually the best man at my wedding. So, how am I going to get a degree as an automotive engineer when they want me to take these classes that I can't do them? I got you. I got you. Okay. How do you guys like that for a close? So you guys know my past. I was written up in the Williston newspaper on the front page as Williston's biggest beer bust because I stole a beer truck and had a party, embarrassed everyone. 2.5 years later, I was written up on the front page as graduating on the dean's list, #1 in my auto mechanics class. It can happen fast. So then I got a smart enough professor that I confide in. And he's going, "Listen, there's these things called automotive service excellence courses." He said, "It's all brain stuff. It has nothing to do with technical stuff." He says, "Let me help you study for this test, and you got to take them before you leave because you're going to forget all the stuff that's not necessary." So he helped me study for those classes. I passed all 8 of them, and I get this gold certificate in the mail. And I was so proud that I brought it to him. And he goes, "I've never seen a gold certificate." And I said, "What?" He goes, "Robert, that means that you scored over a 90 percentile on all 8 tests. I've never seen a gold certificate." So he calls ASE, Automotive Service Excellence, and I was the second youngest person that ever became a master automotive technician. The next thing I knew, I had 78 jobs to pick from. And guess which was one of them? Working for Roger Penske. I called them up and they said, We'll send you money. We'll pay for your moving expenses. We already got a place for you to stay until you find a good place. When can you get out here? Man. And it's like, yeah, when I started tapping into this, I didn't know what it was, but I thought about it all the time. Did you guys know one more part of that story? So I want to be a crew chief. Man, thank you for this download. John, listen, everyone listen. I'm going to work. I'm going to put in all the work. I'm going to go through all these things. I'm going to be a crew chief. I don't care if it's for NASCAR, IndyCar, IRL, drag racing. I am going to be a crew chief. Crew chief, crew chief, crew chief, crew chief. And one day, here's my vision, told all my friends, you're going to see me one day on ABC Worldwide of Sports, and I'm going to be standing in the frickin' winner's circle because my car won that race. You watch. You watch. I'm going to do that. All of a sudden, van falls off a hoist, messes up my knee. I have a frickin' doctor tell me, disease, Lisa Marie. I had a doctor tell me you'll never be a mechanic again. You'll never be able to hold your weight. Your mechanic career is stricken over. Couldn't have been at a worse place in my life. Now I'm making $900 a month. I'm no longer a cocky person working for Roger Penske. Roger Penske gives me a book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Says, Robert, I think you got some other things in store for you. I'm going, no, this is the way I'm going to go. All of a sudden, Workman's Comp says, we're not going to pay you anymore until you learn something else to do. And that's when I got on one knee. I said, God, man, if you want to go, you want me to go into ministry, you want me to do whatever, I'm here. You got my attention. It can't get worse than this. My electricity's off. Repo man's following me around. Getting kicked out of my apartment. I don't know how bad this can get. Sean called me. You guys know that part of the story. Next thing I know, I'm with this company, and then I teach two identical twins. They start a company in telecommunications. All of a sudden, I'm talking to some people, Firestone, Honda. They're telling me that they want to get back into Indy racing. You want to get back into Indy racing? Yeah. Who's your long distance carrier? What the hell does that have to do with anything? I say, I got an idea. I got an idea. You guys switch your long distance service over to a company called LCI instead of MCI. I rep for them. And I'll get LCI to sponsor and put up the money to build a race car. What? Why not give it a shot? Went to Tasman Motorsports. Driver was Andre Ribeiro. Firestone, Honda, changed their long distance. LCI puts up the money. Next thing I know, I'm not a crew chief, but I'm standing in a suite at the Michigan 500, watching the car go around. All of a sudden, Danny Sullivan hit the wall with Roger Penske. Stuff goes all over the place. Andre Ribeiro, a driver, drives around, goes through the pits. Had flats on his tires. He ran over debris. Pull it back out, get Danny all the garbage, gets off the road, here on the radio. Andre Ribeiro, yeah. Car 31, yeah, back of the pack. Excuse me? You pitted before the pits were open. Back of the pack. My tires are flat. We're going to tell you one more time to go to the back of the pack, or we're blackflaking you. You're pulled off the track. Beep, 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 beep. I mean, oh my God. And all of a sudden, you hear the radio. Chief is up there, Tasman Motorsports. He says, let's not get kicked out. Go to the back of the track. Thing. Go to the back of the pack. Go to the back of the pack. Mellow out. Mellow out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Goes to the back of the pack. They throw the green flag. Andre Ribeiro drove like a maniac, possessed and on fire. And he's like going on the outside. They go, you can't go into the corner that fast. Past 3 cars. And I mean, he drove like a madman the entire race. 8 laps left. He's in the lead. We win the Michigan 500. All these guys, you know, they're incredible bodyguards and stuff. They come in our suite and they go, come with us. And we're going, where are we going? Take us down Borg-Warner winner circle. Car comes around, pulls in. They're giving him the trophy. Everyone's crying. And weird. Everybody's watching on ABC Worldwide of Sports. And the trophy moves. And when the trophy moves, there's my face. My pager went bananas. You said you were going to do it. You said you were going to do it. It wasn't my path. It was the universe path. Look at this picture on the wall. Can you see that Indy car? I'm sorry. You guys got to see this because I got to. See it now? Craig, I can't hear.
Yes, we can.
So that 1995 LCI Honda Indy car. It's got Firestone, got Honda on it. LCI. Yeah. Things can happen if you don't have your way of making them happen. In a blink of an eye, I'm standing in the winner's circle, and my 2 dear friends, Mike and Tony Koupas, went, this is awesome, man. You put this deal together. We show up at our very first race and we win. And I go, this never happens. There's people that spend billions of dollars trying to win a race in these kind of things. Yeah, thank you for posting that, Craig. That's a YouTube video of me standing in the winner's circle. You know, there's a lot of things that you guys don't know about me, but but check. How many people do you guys know that went, you know what? I want to put a car deal together and stand in this circle. No, I dreamt of standing in a winner's circle, me being the crew chief. That was not my path. My path was being the deal maker. It was like a little higher than the crew chief. The amount of money I made off that deal was like, I don't even want to go into it. I didn't even expect to make all that money. It's crazy. How many of you would like a percentage off the long distance usage of LCI? I mean, Firestone and Honda. Ooh, I do have one little smart part of this story. So I helped this company LCI build. So every extra dollar, I'm putting in LCI stock. Why? Because I know the owners of LCI. And here was their goal. These are the first guys I met that had an exit plan. So they work for MCI. They came up with the stupid idea, MCI Friends and Families, that maybe people would actually get their friends and family on the deal if they saved money. They acquired 21 million customers and MCI didn't give them any stock. So they left MCI, started LCI. And when people go, what does LCI stand for? They look at you right in the face and they said, L's before M in the alphabet. They had an axe to grind. And they said, we will become so big, so fast with what we know that we'll get bought. So if you guys check LCI, it was going, and then it got bought by a small company called Quest. I think it was like $9.6 billion. So that was like $12 million or something like that. So I'm back on the path. So I could apologize that took too long, but how do you guys like that? Next journey is going to be an amazing. Dana, thank you so much, man. Dana's the anchor person. If we had a bowling league, he's the anchor guy. Thank you, Dana. I love and appreciate you. Craig, let's close this thing out.
All right. Wow. Another amazing session here. Mastering the Science of Getting Rich, Chapter 4. Thank you so much, Bill Shoemaker, Katie Sanders. I'm sorry, Katie Sanders. I know you left, but I want to make Lisa Marie Cook, John Tier, Angela Castleman, Dana Scranton for sharing. Matthew Hollis, thank you so much for being our foundation. We so appreciate it. I don't know if you have anything else to add to this amazing session. It looks like I think he may still be busy.
Yeah.
But thank you so very much for participating and for being a part of this. And thank you all for watching, because wow, this is why these are so phenomenal. Yes, I agree, Melody Ripa. These are just phenomenal. We get the opportunity to not only learn the science of getting rich, but we get to feel it and be it.
Yes.
Exactly. And we're doing this together as a group. So, for those of you that want to save the chat that's here in Zoom, I did post it a little earlier. There are 3 dots next to the 2. Click on those 3 dots, then click on Save Chat, and the whole chat will download to you. YouTube, you got it right there in the chat. And, we're going to also post it below the video, so not a problem. We got you covered there. And tomorrow, on Mastering the Science of Getting Rich, we are moving on to Chapter 5, Increasing Life.
Yes.
What a perfect follow-up to the first principle that we shared today. So, Robert, bless you. Thank you. And again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. We will see you tomorrow right here, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, or whatever time it is where you are. Until then, please be good to yourselves. Be cash. Bye-bye. And we're going to unmute everybody here on Zoom as we sign off.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
Thank
Robert.
you.
Thanks, everybody.
Robert, Rick.
Dustin,
Dana.
Linda,
Thank
Melody.
you.
Melody,
Thank
love
you.
ya.
Thank you, everybody.
Wow.
Stefan, Matthew. There's Matthew.
Thank you.
Daniel,
There's Matt.
John, Jim,
You.
Randy,
This has been absolutely
Thank
wonderful.
you.
Jerome, man. Jerome
Absolutely
said he was
wonderful.
like over there. Like he says, hey, I live close to that Field of Dreams. So that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I'm glad I
Thank
tuned in.
Jim, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Bill. Thank you.
Thank you.
Craig, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Love and appreciate you.
Absolutely.